It's week 3 of the NFL. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Rams and the Cardinals, and it's all up next.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses. Matthew Stafford of the Rams, Kyler Murray of the Cardinals.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these 2 head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possessions. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team and give you a few extras.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Well, here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 8 catches, 84 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try to find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year, it's James Conner. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Well, this defense for the Rams, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' 2nd Super Bowl title.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Greg Dortch back deep. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. The Rams and Cardinals, they met 3 times a season ago. They each won in the other's building in the regular season. The Cardinals 37-20 in Week 4, and the Rams in Week 14 on Monday night would win it 30-23. And then, of course, they would also meet in the first ever Monday night wild card game, the final game of the first Super Wild Card weekend. And the Rams kicked off their title run with a 34-11 win at SoFi. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 10. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Rams at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Couple of first downs. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Stafford. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Tackle made by Marcus Golden. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he won't quite take it all the way, but still what a return. He gets that to the 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
First down, Murray, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. unsuccessfully.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball long after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The football going back to the Rams now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Stafford. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Murray now. Buying time to his left. Oh, fancy running by Murray. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
This from 32 yards away. Prater's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Rams to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 26. Now it's Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Play action. Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Jefferson really grew into the deep threat LA needed as it ramped up its passing attack, averaging a cool 16 yards per catch. One of the best marks in the league and helping the Rams earn a ring. Back at it again in 2022, picking up a 1st down with a big play.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to be stopped up just short of the 1st down at the Cardinals' 41. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they bumped the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Murray to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Murray
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good run, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here comes Dortch on the return.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd and 7.
Murray going to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 2nd up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Stafford. Pressure comes and down he goes.
buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Prater for the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
Stafford here, coming off his pick six.
They'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Stafford on 1st down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And he stopped immediately there. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that's going to tie us at 13. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis.
A no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And some room to run now. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, it's Stafford. To Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Stafford now to throw. Robinson's got it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 4th down, Stafford. Caught on the slant. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Akers, he is going nowhere to hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
They'll toss this out right for Connor. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second down, there's the option going left. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively, 6 DBs in the game. Here's Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw on second and 10.
Murray finding his target. It's Trey McBride.
Touchdown!
Trey McBride.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point good by Prater. And it will tie things at 20 all. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
On first and 10, Stafford.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw once more on second and 10. Stafford, pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Prater's kick is good, and they have regained the lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale.
The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll go again here with Akers.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is going to blow up in their faces. Not only do they not get the 1st, they're going to lose big yardage as well.
So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Anfernee Jennings The outside linebacker coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line where that he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Prater's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. He starts with a give to Akers. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford finding Jefferson there. 1st down, L.A.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Let's go. Here we go.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Stafford. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. Now Stafford. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Now it's Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Stafford now to throw. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 1. A little over a minute to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. Murray to throw. Out to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Murray. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Murray. Getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Now Murray. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
One last throw here for Stanford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Cardinals, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.